the only way you could make a living as an artist would be like being an architect or something like that. And then we had a family friend one day suggest, oh, I always thought you'd be like the person to make the monsters for movies. And then that's clicked. I'm Reed Cesare. I'm a special makeup effects artist and Savini alumni, and a painter and dental technician primarily in the film and entertainment industry. I think the Savini School prepares people in the best way possible. You have to walk before you can run. The school provides you with a really good base knowledge of a lot of different aspects of the industry, such as making teeth, making eyes, running foam latex, making molds, and therefore you can kind of figure out different things that you really like and what you don't like, but at least no matter what, you can kind of talk shop with people and have that sort of, you have the principles down. So during my internship, it was pretty cool getting to work one-on-one with Tom Woodruff and all these things, and kind of just seeing what a professional shop, especially one at that scale, how it operates and what they're producing. Unfortunately, at the end of my internship, actually, they didn't really have much going on. So I befriended another artist in the studio who saw potential in me, and he kept me around to help him work on his personal stuff during the day, with knowing that eventually when they did get something, me being there, they would ultimately probably come and ask me to just jump on the clock. And that's exactly what happened. About a week or so after my internship had wrapped up, I had the shop foreman come over to me and say, "You want a job?" And I was like, "Absolutely." We started pulling in bigger jobs like Independence Day Resurgence. That was a big job. That allowed me to get a lot of my friends in with me as well. And again, just help give each other work experience and that sort of thing. And then once that died down, that's when I did my first stint at Legacy on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Don't push this button, because that will set off the bomb immediately and we'll all be dead.
Working with a bunch of the top guys that I had seen from afar all around me, it was pretty surreal, but it was nice because I had this super big wealth of knowledge to pull from. Just being at the right place in the right time, but also sticking with that shop and showing them the growth that I had from, when they brought me in when I was 20 to being around, I believe, 25, 26 when I got to paint Nebula. And it started out first just doing it because they just needed somebody to do it. And then once they saw that I took a interest into it and that I really wanted to paint that character and do the best I could because of all the legacy of that character throughout the series of movies she was in, I think they realized, okay, this is, like I said, a good person to pass the torch to.
Nebula, why would you not tell me that you've been in contact with Gamora?
Because I didn't want you to get freaked out.
Freaked out? Ow!
Like that.
And once I found out that Legacy had done the effects for the first season of The Mandalorian, I figured I got to get in this place because I got to do this.
Wherever I go, he goes.
So I've heard.
But while simultaneously we were starting to paint some of these background aliens in these suits and things, the first season of the show was airing. So we're working on the second season while the first season is airing, and I'd wake up at like 6 in the morning because I'd be at the shop by 8. I'd wake up at like 6 in the morning and watch the episode that aired, come in, talk about it, ask them what they did on it, what they think and all this stuff. And then knowing that what we're building right now is eventually going to be what that is when I'm watching was a really cool sort of surreal experience amongst everything else. Because like you said, I grew up a huge Star Wars fan. It was one of my biggest influences in the industry. And it was just cool to have a tiny footprint in such a big, vast universe like that. A lot of my friends that I made at Savini, we came together to form what we call the Primal Fusion Collective. It's not so much a company as it is just an umbrella for all of us as collective Savinis to come together and make it cheaper and easier to go to some of these trade shows like MassFest, because it's in the middle of the country. It's not very convenient for all of us. So we figured, well, if we all split the table, all split the cost of travel, all split the banners and that sort of things, it makes our profit margin much higher. And again, we can kind of help sell each other's work and sell each other. And the people that are involved with that are all Savini graduates, and we've actually added a few more members. So it's myself, Tom Cassidy, who is the head key artist over at Distortions Unlimited, which is one of the biggest mass companies in the United States. Kyle Marzigliano, who is the mold shop supervisor at SPFX Makeup Studio, where I currently work. Nicholas Puglisi, who is one of the shop managers over at Vincent Van Dyke's in LA. And then my buddy Josh Haywood, who is also a Savini grad, but has gone on to become a really successful tattoo artist. He recently joined up with us last year, and we're just kind of broadening our horizons and our scope and just trying to build it bigger and better. And what's great about going to the trade shows is, again, it gives you sort of a deadline to hit, goals to hit, allows you to mingle not only with people and the general public who are interested in buying masks, such as collectors and whatnot, but also fellow artists, and just sort of bounce ideas off of them, or just get to talk and, you know, be inspired by all of that and see all of that in one collective setting is incredibly inspirational stuff, and keeps us going forward. Hollywood's all personality based, and if you can be a good person to work with and work around, that can get you farther than even some talent sometimes. And so at the end of the day, you know, work really hard, study really hard, go out and, you know, inundate yourself with as much information as you can, but don't let that give you a big head and think that you know everything and that your way is the right way and nothing else. A lot of it is just, if you can just be a good, cool person or easygoing to work with, you'll go really far.